Now, what was discovered a number of years ago was this gut brain connection. And what they found was that it was a bi directional communication. So we often think that the brain is the one that controls everything. So so we have a top down connection between the gut, so the brain controlling what's going on in the gut. But what they found is that there's also a bi-directional. So what happens in the gut is also communicating to the brain. So there's that bi-directional communication between what's going on in the gut and the brain. But there was an interesting piece that was missing in that gut brain connection. And that interesting piece was that the gut microbiome is critical to the normal function of that gut brain axis. So then what they did was they renamed it. They renamed it the microbiome gut brain axis. So they added the microbiome into that gut brain connection. And what we found is that, there's a number of ways that it's connected. And I'm going to go through all of those ways. It's connected through the immune system, the neuroendocrine system, through the HPA axis, through the autonomic nervous system, through the central nervous system, the vagus nerve. So there's lots of great connections. So there is physical and biochemical connections between the gut and the brain. One major one is that microbiome. So our brain is actually dependent on these gut microbes to actually make some of those metabolites for proper brain function. There's a connection between the gut and the brain through the lymphatic system. And I'm going to explain that. And through something called the glymphatic system, there's a connection. There's that physical connection between the vagus nerve and the gut. And we see that that's one of our cranial nerves. And then we also see it through one of our through the central nervous system. It's called the enteric nervous system. And these are the nerves that are actually embedded into the gut wall. Then we'll see neurotransmitters. I'll talk more about that, as well as the HPA axis, which just talks about more of that stress response.